In this video, I want to talk about MicroStrategy, a stock that should be on your shortlist if you're looking to add something to your portfolio. Starting off with the long-term trend, looking at the monthly chart, and we can see this stock, MicroStrategy, is long-term bullish. After listing for around $8, there was a massive price surge up back in around 2000, up until $330, which was the previous all-time high. And after that, it did have a bearish couple of years back into the all-time low of 41 cents. Since then, it has been in a long-term uptrend. And most recently, in January 2023, it has taken off and is in a current bullish uptrend, reaching a new peak of $549 in November 2025. And since this double bottom pattern forming between May 22 and December 22, price has taken off and has been on a long-term bull run the last couple of years, recently making a new all-time high of around $550. But the interesting thing is about this stock is now it has pulled back significantly into the recent low of around $230. So this may present a great opportunity to pick up MicroStrategy at a more competitive price. And if we mark up key levels on the chart, it'll give us an idea of where this stock is currently sitting and how much potential there is going forward. So the first level I want to mark up is this previous all-time high back in March 2000, which is around $333. So let's mark that in blue. Second level is the all-time low, which is down here, around about 42 cents. Then we got the low following the GFC, which is around $3, which formed here. We got the COVID low, which formed around about February 2020, around $8.80. And we've also got this peak here, which formed in February 2021, around about the $130 mark. So mark that one up as well. So now looking at these key levels on the monthly chart, the long-term price action, we can see MicroStrategy is currently trading above this 130 level here and is under the $330 level here. Now zooming into the last 5 years for MicroStrategy, we can see since this low here in March 20, which was due to probably the COVID-19 pandemic, price took off and increased significantly up to the peak of this key level here of $130. After that time, it did fall down and create this double bottom pattern here between May 22 and December 22 before starting the most recent bull run over the last couple of years. And we can see since that low formed, MicroStrategy has been trending up in a nice uniform pattern, creating consecutive higher highs and higher lows as the price moved up. It's interesting to note that the stock did consolidate over around 6 months during this period here between this bar here, March 24, and around September 24, before breaking out and creating the latest all-time high of $546 approximately. So since it made that all-time high, it does look as if MicroStrategy is now pulling back towards the longer term trend line. And if we look at this previous peak formed here back in March 24, before price broke out, this could be a level that MicroStrategy is currently tracing back to find support, around about $200, which does correspond with the current trend line as well. So we might find that price is falling back to find support around this area, this zone here of around $200. Now, based on the monthly chart, this price action could take another maybe 3 bars, another 3 months to come back and find support here. So this would be confirmation that MicroStrategy has stopped falling, but of course it might reverse where it is. So from this all-time high of $550 approximately, it has pulled back at the moment around 56%. And if it was to fall further and find support at $200 corresponding to the trend line, you're looking at a pullback of around 62%. So in theory, if price does pull back and find support around this 200 level, and you were to take an entry on the trend line, the upside potential back to the all-time high would be around 168%. So very, very healthy. And that move to the upside could unfold probably over 6 to 12 months, offering a great return. However, looking at the downside risk, it's possible that the stock might fall further. And if it does fall through that level of $200, it's probably going to find support towards this level here of around 133, which corresponds to the peak back in February 2021. And with this sideways price action formed over 6 months between March 24 and September 24. Now, coming down to the weekly chart and applying the trend line once again, we can see that price is respecting this trend line as it moves up and down, forming higher highs and higher lows. Now, since this point here in January 2024, price has pulled away significantly before moving sideways, before taking off once again. So there is high probability, based on the longer term trend, that price is going to retrace back and find support at the trend line. As per the monthly chart, it could be around $200, which would correspond to the peak back here. And zooming in once again on the weekly chart, we can see the longer term trend line here, and we can see price has pulled away from that longer term trend. However, looking at the price action now over the last approximately 12 months, we can see that it is in a medium term downtrend, creating lower highs and lower lows. And we're able to apply a downtrend line just to confirm that price action. So right now we've got a long-term uptrend with a short to medium-term downtrend. So in terms of what MicroStrategy might do next, it looks as if the price action is going to trace back to the longer-term trend and possibly find support around the $200 level. So at the moment, based on the chart and the downtrend line, the price action probably is going to do something like this. It might retrace up to the trend line, come back here, back up again, and then eventually come back down to test this $200 level or thereabouts, corresponding with the longer term trend line. And to confirm MicroStrategy is moving up and is respecting that support level and the long-term trend, we want to see as a strong reversal bar, something like this here, at that key level, big strong reversal bar. And then for price to actually move up and break this short-term trend line, potentially coming back to find support once again before moving up back into trend. So this sort of movement might unfold over the next 3 to 6 months. Thanks for checking out the short video. If you've enjoyed my short analysis of MicroStrategy, drop a comment. Let me know what you think if you want to see more of this. Thanks for watching.